Wait,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
can I do one more?
Yes.
You want
Girl, you make the beat. 'Cause your love is all I need.
Hi guys, welcome to another yet YouTube video. Today I have so many beautiful people here, 2 men and 3 ladies. So definitely it's an interesting topic for today. And we are going to, or rather me, I'm going to ask my fellow friends to talk about the life advices they've ever been given or that they live by that has ever impacts their life at the moment. So I think I'm gonna go with you first. So how we're gonna do this is basically like you're just going to talk about like any life advice probably you received from your mom, your friend, maybe about just anything in life in general and how it has impacted your life. Because I'm pretty sure like maybe some of us also live by manifestation, so it can also be a manifestation. You know, what did you hear this advice from? Like what happened in your life that really changed, that really makes you feel like whenever I think about this, it changes my life in one way or two. So I'm just gonna give you a start.
Okay. Okay, so I would say that my favorite life advice is probably from the internet. I'm not saying that my mum doesn't give me good advice, but you know, you can get deep into the wisdom of all the entrepreneurs and all that type of thing from the internet. I guess Steve Jobs said once that when you realize that your life isn't made up of just the things around you, you know, it's not just about saving money and you know, going on a holiday once a year and trying to build a career. That's a very limited life until you realize which is that everything about life, like even this house that we're in, or the sofa that we're sitting on, or this floor, or the job that you have, it was designed by somebody else. And it was that somebody else was no smarter than you. And that you also as a human being have the ability to design your own things, that you can create something and make an impact on the world and make the world better, because you can design something that people can also live within and that they can call that life. And you can make your stamp on life. I guess when I realized that you know, you're born and the world doesn't stay the same from the day that you're born, that it's your purpose is to make a mark on the world, change it in some fundamental way to make other people's lives better. That has shaped my thinking whenever I'm doing something that I think is the product of other people's thinking. I kind of try to think critically and think, could this be done in a different way? Can I go outside of the box, not live in a life that's the same as everybody else thinks I should?
Oh, that's actually deep and interesting. I think one thing you forgot to like tell us is who you are, because I don't think I introduced you to my subscribers.
My name's Phil Bland, and I have a YouTube channel, and I'm here in Kenya making YouTube videos, showing experiences here, and if you want to find my channel, it's Unplanned Phil Bland.
Yeah, definitely I'm going to link it up. So I think also, I just want to make this much more interesting. So maybe for Sharon, if she's going to talk about like her advice, maybe somebody can chip in and just say like, yeah, it has also worked for me here and there. So then maybe, okay, it relaxes us, it eases us, because like there's so much tension. There's so much like, you know, we are confined, you know, so I just wanted to a bit more relaxed, and maybe we can just chip in and be like, okay.
So when is that, has anyone felt that the advice that I've mentioned is kind of they look at life that way?
What I come out with as in theme with that is like the best advice I've ever got, I think, in life is just no matter how slow you move, don't stop.
You gotta keep going.
You have to keep going.
You have to keep going, because life gets crazy. You have a restart. You lose someone here, you lose your job there, you know, but you always just have to.
There's actually a thing that has it's like entropy. Entropy is basically everything is in a process of breaking down. There's no way that you can ever stand still in life. It's like the analogy is like a treadmill, or you know those walking escalators, and if you're going forwards on an escalator that's coming towards you, if you stand still, you're going to go backwards.
Yeah.
If you want to, if the only way to continue to stay still, the only way to stay still is to walk.
Yeah.
You have to stay still. You have to walk. So you have to keep moving to go slowly. If you want to get ahead, you have to run, and you have to really hustle.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, you just have to keep going.
Yeah, you have to keep going and remind yourself.
And that came from my best teacher in high school, like chemistry. So I was pretty good in sciences. So there's a time things weren't so good in my side of life, and I started kind of failing. So he just called me and told me, no, like I look at your papers and generally I'm looking at what I should fail you in. Now I'm really looking at what I should give you a mark on, like what's happened. So we had a conversation and he just told me, you know what, like it doesn't matter. Like everything you've told me, like I hear you, I know this is your story and I feel for you, but you just can't stop fucking going. Like you have to.
You have to keep
And
on
just
going.
I think that for me has just made me make so many marks in my life, at whatever level that is. And yeah, I hold that very dear.
Yeah, I think like also like that has affected most of our. Sorry. No, I wanted to belch out and then just. That's weird. We were waiting for this thing. Sorry, like yeah, I wanted to say like that has also like something that I agree to, you know. Sorry. You know, I'm fine.
So Sharon, what should you want me to take over?
For me, it's not really like life advice, but it's something I live by. So I feel like I have expectations on myself, I have goals, and like over the years I've learned to like not put too much pressure on myself because I get to miss like enjoying moments, like achievements, because I have all these expectations upon myself that I don't get to enjoy my achievements even if they're small. So it's just like enjoying the moments, even if I haven't reached that quote unquote the goal I wanted to reach in like a year, I still move. And that is something.
You pat yourself in the back.
Exactly.
That's so important. You know, sometimes I feel like we have so much expectations, like you say, to the point that we even forget like the little steps that you make in our lives. You know?
And even if you reach that big goal that you think that you want, you'll make another goal when you get there. You'll move the goalposts. So you'll never reach that place. What you want to do is just get to a place where you're enjoying the journey every day, like you're really enjoying the process that you're going through.
Do you also think that could also be because like you want to satisfy somebody or like maybe family member? You know, that's what
It's just true.
for yourself.
I have expectations
like she's
within
saying
myself.
the opposite of that. She's saying like the opposite of that, like why you miss out on those moments is because you probably have goals which you do want to get to, but then again you're missing out on being present.
That's
for
true.
me it's being present in that particular time in your life, because you probably want to
exactly.
you know, like be overachieve for the sake of someone else. You know, your partner, your parents, pressure from your parents, like you have to do this and that. And I also think there's the factor of peers, you know, like you're like I'm 30 and he's 30 and she's that so much. So you know, you tend to overindulge yourself.
Compare yourself to
You know, and that just sort of makes you miss those little achievements that you have in life.
And I always feel like also like when you start making it, like you want to keep on like making it in life by pleasing people, doing good, forgetting about yourself. And I think also that's more like also self-care. You know, even forget about yourself.
True.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Also, like, okay, this is in terms of like just navigating relationships, friendships, partnerships. I am a big believer of not holding things in, because I used to be that person who held things in so much. So I just don't hold things in anymore. I don't have time to
Like you speak up about it.
It's too much. So I don't hold things in. Even if I have a dislike for someone or have issues, I'd rather just solve them. I like solving problems. So I just like solving stuff, not holding them in.
I agree. I think I'm going to be the last person to give the advice, so we go to you.
For me,
You're going to introduce yourself. Did you introduce yourself as well?
Guys, you know me.
I'm gonna leave her channel below.
my name is Fiona. Friends with this lady over here. So the best life advice ever gotten is from myself. Not to be so into myself, but I think I was in my early 20s, still in my 20s. I
So
was
young.
an overly cautious person, so I had to like let myself live, drink, have sex, like just be out there, not be so cautious. So I just had to get myself out there and just live.
And
Take
use,
risks.
Take risks, yeah.
But be cautious.
Be cautious.
Overly cautious, but
Not over,
be
Yeah,
because
but be cautious.
even Sharon's my cousin, she used to tell me like, don't be so cautious.
Yeah, and how do
Yeah.
you?
So I had to let all that go.
Wow,
Been
that's
through
such a-
life, some hard stuff, so still hanging on, but
Yeah. That's a tough choice. Like most of these advices are just so like scary deep and
Yeah. So as
realistic.
just support what she's saying, like being a dad, because my son is 3. There's what I came to learn as letting your child take safe risks. You know, like I'd see him on a table and I'd rush, but then I realized that this kid has to fall so that he knows next time he shouldn't be there.
Exactly.
And then that just, you magnify that in life when you realize like you missed on a road trip because you thought you'd get an accident, but then guys came back fine, right? And those moments,
And they bonded with one another.
and so much happened that, you know, so just take risks, but take them safely.
And I like that you're instilling that in your child,
Yeah.
in your son's
Yeah,
life
yeah.
at a young age, because most of us don't really get to know this. It depends. I
Yeah.
think also one factor is also like how you're brought up. You know, if you're too cautious,
Yeah.
you just bring it in also your daily life.
Yeah,
It also
yeah.
affects you in one way or
Yeah,
the other, right?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So personally, I'm like,
Hmm.
I know I'm a huge risk taker. So yeah, I just I think it's best I bring him up in an environment where he knows taking risks is okay.
Courage.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
You're trying to instill courage.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think for me, I'm usually very, I procrastinate a lot. Like, I'm just always like, what is going to happen after this? And I'm just like, no, I can't. I think that is one thing that also makes me like freak about like
You
taking this
overthink?
risk. I think I overthink as well. And also like procrastinating in the sense that this is how I'm going to be if I do it, but then like I don't do it. But then I'm like, but there's so many bats that don't end to like the final solution, like the thing, you know. But that's what it is. I think we're going to go with you next. Oh, that was your advice. I thought you were extending that.
No, he's done one already.
Oh, okay.
Give another one.
But I have one.
But
Yeah. So other than
no, I think it's because like we were just like
Chiming
Yeah.
in.
yeah.
so I said just don't stop moving. So one other thing I believe in is and this I got from my dad like at a young age, because we growing in a fairly huge family, because we were having like 5 kiddos, 2 parents, cousins here and there, all almost of the same age. So there used to be, guys will fight over toys, nini. So there's a time I came from school and I had a fight. I think I was in 2nd grade. I had a fight with someone in 4th grade who kicked the fuck out of me. So I came home crying to my dad, like, Dad, like that biro I took from you yesterday, Samuel, I even remember his name, he's called Samuel Domiro.
If you're right there, we're coming for you.
Yeah, so Samuel took my pen and I tried to fight and obviously I lost. So I came home crying to my dad, like, Dad, like I've lost that pen that he gave me. And he told me, you know what, like you have to know your space in life. Like you have to know your space in life and never let anyone step on you.
I like that.
Like there was so much stuff love. I couldn't understand it at that point in time. But then just growing up I realized like, man, you have to get your space in life. Like you have to do it. Because people are always out here stepping on each other. And it happens in so many levels, at work, with your partner, with your friends, Yeah, so you just have to create your space and command it and just
people will also
let
respect
it be known that it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like if you walk in, they like, this is Tom.
yeah, so that's
But
one
did
of
you
the
introduce yourself to them?
Oh, all right. Right, so I'm Thomas Mandela. Professionally, I'm a trained economist. I am working in a financial organization called AutoCheck, which we ideally our job is my job is to provide credit and financial assistance for guys in the automotive industry. And Sharon is my friend, and I think I'm making a bunch of friends right now.
Today, that's good.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
can I do one more?
Yes.
That's coming
You want to?
So my second piece of advice is that sometimes bad things happen, and it's like you can't change it, right? And some things are just out of your control. The things that you can change, you should try to change them.
Yeah.
The things that you can't, the only thing that you can do is you can't change the situation, but you can change the way that you look at it.
Perspective, yeah.
And often the thing that seems bad, like losing your job or whatever it might be, the tragedies that happen in life, often those things, if you just change the way that you look at it, you find a kernel of truth or opportunity within that bad thing that actually it turns out to be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
But you need to look for it. So it's often the obstacle to your action is the way. You need to go over the obstacle and then through it to make progress.
Oh, okay. That's very tangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, actually, for me, what has basically worked for me, I don't even know if it's an advice because it's more of like a direct translation. My mom told me this when I was growing up, to believe in myself and remind myself why I ever started. She said that in my Luo language, I'm Luo, so, and it has lived in my head so many times since I was like in high school and in campus. And this is something that has affected me as a person with my friends. Like I believe in my friendship, in everything, in like work-wise, in school, because also my performance was, like I went to like, especially my schools, mostly in primary and high school, where like I wasn't believing in myself. I just knew like top 10 or top 5 are these students. Me, I don't think I can ever make it top 5. So I never believed in myself. I just knew that from number 7, that's where Park's name is. So the moment she started telling me that, I think she gave me that advice when I was like in primary, when I was really in doubt in my academics, and she told me that, and I felt so empowered, and that is something that really helped me throughout my academic year, and also like career-wise. Like I believe in myself that I can be a nutritionist, I can do sports nutrition, and also believing in myself, and also with like now what I'm doing as a swimwear designer. So